Alright boys, welcome to the new series YouTube Plays StarCraft. And in today's episode, which happens to be the first one, I found a great comment by someone. I forgot his name. I will put it on the screen right now. This is exactly the format I would like the comments to be in. So preferably one idea per matchup, because then people in the comment section can just like it or dislike it, and based on the amount of likes and dislikes of the whole comment, it's easy for me to pick. So I believe this man suggested that I'd play Nexus first in PvP, into 3-gate robo, into a disruptor heavy style. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna need to tab out real fast to see what else he had written. I think there was a trick somewhere, but I can't remember it. Now, don't forget that the goal is that I'm actually gonna try hard as much as possible while you guys decide exactly what I do. So this is literally, in chess there's a thing called hand and brain, which in this case is a bit similar. You guys just tell me what to build and I will use it to the best of my ability. So literally YouTube Plays StarCraft, and we're gonna figure out how smart you guys actually are. Like how much MMR would you guys actually have if you guys had the mechanics and the skill of a professional player. Oh. This is a scout, for if you hadn't noticed that yet. We're gonna check if he has a second pylon in the main. He does have a second pylon in the main, and we're gonna chase this probe with one of our own probes. Now, we're supposed to play 3-gate robo after this to hold off the inevitable all-in. That makes no sense and is also awful. 1 chrono on the warp gate. This also makes no sense and is even more awful. So we're just gonna keep this in his main base. So this means either the first 2 units that he has will be delayed in moving across the map. Okay, I know this. So it's gonna be the 2 stalkers. Or it means that he will, you know, that I get to scout everything for free. And he went for the option where I don't get to scout everything, but his first 2 units will be delayed. I'm gonna build a robo right now. Gonna take down this first battery. Then I can cancel one of... Ooh, that's bad. He didn't cancel that. I can cancel one of my own batteries. Now we're gonna kill this probe as well. Good start here for me. We're just gonna chase these stalkers for a bit. Oh. I wanted to chase them a bit further and then go back to heal, but I messed up the healing. Now, here we have our 3-gate and our robotics facility to fight off the inevitable all-in. I'm gonna build a single sentry that will give us the ability to scout. I'm gonna pause the game real fast so I can see what else he had written down. Style by pulling off this build in any capacity, or by taking a fast third and then using 3 Nexus chrono to get crazy fast upgrades. Okay, so disruptor, fast upgrades. But first disruptor is the plan. So the first part, the build order opener has succeeded. Or well, we're still alive so far, which is more than I was expecting. I'm gonna boost my warp gate once. I can wait for this to finish. I'm gonna set 2 of my stalkers into the main base, so I only want 1 probe over there. Just for checking if he has a Nexus. Now that I see he has a Nexus, I feel very comfortable chrono boosting probes. And I also feel very comfortable splitting up my units. Usually you want to keep everything in your natural maybe, in case my opponent would attack or something like that. But now that I know for sure that he isn't attacking, we're just going to be chilling. Split up. In case of any air units showing up, of course. Very important to always make sure that you have units position in case there's any air units. Now, we have a Robo Bay on the way. I'm gonna add Blink as well. A Forge. And here comes our Scout. Jesus. Okay. Now, Disruptor against Mass Phoenix is really bad. But I've been told to play Mass Disruptor. Or at least Disruptors. So I'll play Disruptor Blink. Which I already kind of was planning. This is really gonna suck. Yeah, this is painful. I expected this to go a lot worse, honestly. Now, after we get all our important upgrades, we'll start our first Disruptor. Don't worry, I won't be cheating. Oh, this is a lot of damage. Now, 5 Stalkers can 3-shot a Phoenix. I believe you need 14 shots in total to kill a Phoenix. So, that's best achieved, or maybe even only 13. It's best achieved with 5 Stalkers. So that's why usually, once you have a 5-5 Stalker split, you're in a pretty decent position. Now, we did see double Stargate, which means that he won't really have any aggression for us in the upcoming minute or so. At least I can't really imagine that. So I'm gonna take a fast third base, which was also specified, of course, in the YouTube comment. So far we're doing a good job sticking to the plan. Oh, Stalkers are slightly out of position. When I say slightly out of position, I mean completely out of position. Nothing slight about that, out of position. My SimCity is very poor, so it's difficult for my units to maneuver. This is a mistake. There's 1 probe and 1 sentry for 2 Phoenixes, and Phoenix is really a snowballer unit, like you don't want to really lose them. We have Blink almost done. Our second Disruptor's on the way, our third Disruptor will start after I finish that one. Third base is on the way for him as well. Uh-oh. Now we see him without any real map vision, I believe. I built my cannon in the wrong base, I just realized as well. Okay, no, we need to go back, Yes, too much. It's too scary for us to be on the map currently. I thought we might be able to be on the map, but definitely not. Now, we're gonna check what his unit count is. That's very reasonable. Very reasonable unit count. It's definitely possible for us to beat. We're just gonna continue our Blink Stalker Disruptor play. It sucks that he already has his Phoenixes out, of course. Makes it a little bit difficult. Where are his Phoenixes? I haven't seen them in a while, which is scaring me a little bit. Now, it's very possible he kind of gave up on harassing with the Phoenixes after he realized, hey, there is Disruptors. And B, there is Blink, so he doesn't really want to lose his Phoenixes for free. Now, we've also been told to get a lot of upgrades, so we're just gonna add, I guess, 2 extra forges. And here we go, styling on our opponent, hopefully. And a fort base can also start at this point. Uh-oh. I think this is a dumb play by him. He can't go around losing Phoenixes. I really think it's quite stupid. He's gonna return home with his Phoenixes now. He either needs to recall. I think he recalled them, right? Ah. Yeah, okay, he's home with his phoenixes. Which means we're gonna continue our disruptor production even more. He has a very big phoenix count, which is scaring me a little bit. Now, I think the wise play here would be to add in some Templar, so I can feed back his phoenixes. We'll add some DTs as well. Uh-oh. Yes, +2 upgrades. We also have +2, but we have way better upgrades on the way. As we're playing kind of a turtly composition, like we're not the one with map control, we're just gonna add a couple of cannons. See if we can do some damage with this Stalker Force. Maybe we can kill a Phoenix or two here. Yes, lift them. If I'm trading Stalkers for Phoenixes, that's kind of okay. The trade needs to be somewhat even though, and this trade might have been slightly too bad for me. So, I'm not entirely sure if this is what I wanted. We'll get a 5th base. Now, I haven't really been giving any instructions for the late game, so I'm just gonna stay on this army composition for as long as possible. Basically, kill forever. I don't see any other way to go about it. For people wondering, by the way, what MMR this account is, this is the unranked of my beating Grandmaster with stupid sub account, so should be around 5-5. And even though it's unranked, it still gains MMR, I believe. So yeah, just so you guys are aware, it should go up in MMR. Even though we won't be able to track it, we will be able to see by how many points our opponents lose what the approximate MMR is. Oh, that's kind of exciting. Okay. We now have 3-1-1 upgrades. I actually need a Stargate for simply for oracles, for revelation. So I'm not gonna go into carrier or anything like that. That hasn't been in my instructions. Instead, what I'll do is I'm just gonna get. Ooh, it's a base trade. I'm just gonna get a single oracle for a revelation. Now, I don't think it's gonna play any role in this game. Does he have detection? Yeah, we see one detectioner over there. Uh-oh! I don't have any detection. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's bad. So he killed 2 bases. I killed 3 of his. But I lost a way bigger part of my army. I lost a very important part of my army. I think I have lost the game. Well, it was a good attempt. Tried so hard, boys. Got so far. In the end, we just lost 2 DTs, I guess. Let's see how we were doing before that. I think we're in an okay spot. At least it felt like we were in an okay spot. He must have had a lot of DTs, and I really didn't notice for quite some time. Yeah, we were slightly behind. And then he warped in a bunch of DTs, which I didn't have any vision for, which was a little bit silly. I also didn't notice for quite some time for some reason. So, well, here's even more. Yeah, then I guess you lose. Well, sucks to be me. Sucks to be us, I mean. As it's really you guys playing. Wait, maybe I didn't press the unranked button. Let me click unranked once again, and then we'll keep it going. What's up, boys and girls? Welcome back to the second game, where we will be playing a PvZ. I actually didn't properly pay attention what I need to do against Zerg, so I'm gonna have a quick look. Open with Nexus after Gate Simulator, tech into fastest Chargelot possible. We can play guess first then. Didn't say what order. And I think I need to do fastest Chargelot possible into something like mass prism drops with zealots. Let me check one more time just to be sure. All in with zealots or deal critical damage while establishing a third. Okay, so usually it's kind of difficult to all in while establishing a third. But I mean, we can try. If he says all in while establishing a third, what I think he means is he wants me to attack as hard as possible, but still throw down a third base, I guess. Like it is not really all in then, but it's a very heavy treasure. I think I messed up my wall. Yeah, that's okay. Happens to the best. Because it happened to me. Now, the way you want to do this is you want to not have ultimate gas mining, so you don't want 3-3 on gas. The moment your natural finishes, oh god, this game is going sloppy. The moment your natural finishes, you want to pull 2 out of your gases in the main, and then I think you pull off 2 later again as well, because you really are not going to need anything. You know, you're not gonna need a lot of gas here. You're gonna need like maybe 200 or so for this one, and then the robo, then another 100, so 3, I guess 350 would be fine. I don't think I even build a stalker, just only a zealot, so it's truly the fastest one possible. Now I think 6 gate would be the way to go about it as well, and if I really need to hit as hard as possible, ideally I'd not continue producing probes after a certain point. Now he's gonna scout everything because I'm not even getting money for a stalker. And here we go. So we add 2 extra gates. These are at the appropriate time. Then we can... So now what you want to do is you want to add another round of gates about 20 seconds later. So that's about now. So then the second warp in will be with those next gates. And like I said, that should be going up to 6. So that are those gates. Then I add another probe. I chrono boost my charge once more. My warp gate isn't even done yet. I have plenty of pylons, and this is when I'll take a third base, I guess. First 3 zealots warped in. Now our next warp in should have 6 zealots, I believe. We have a third base on the way. These 2 extra gates might be slightly delayed. This build works out really well. It's nice, even though I didn't have a build order for this, like the logic, and I of course know other build orders. I know how it works. So I knew the gate timings and that kind of stuff. Now we're gonna split up 2 zealots to deal with these drones. For some reason he only has links. My friend, you need the roaches to be able to defend this. Now he's gonna be in a little bit of trouble. Now we don't want to be fighting into chokes either, but I think we might have just won this. This is a bad way to fight. I'm gonna warp something into the main base. Some nice hold position micro by him. But yes, I just kind of sidestep him and like, hey mate. Oh, GG gets called. We immediately win this game. On to the next one. Good build. Looks interesting. Seemed very tight as well. We hit very quickly. Absolutely destroyed him. So good job there. Mr. in the comments. Alright boys, we got Mr. next once again. He already died to us once. Let's make that 2. We're gonna obviously try the same build again. That's the only instructions we have to work with. It's quite interesting. It's actually very similar to how there's a build very popular in the meta right now that is 4-gate glaive adept, with blocking the opponent's natural initially. And it's very similar to how this one works. This one you have a lot more minerals because you pull out a gas so fast, so you have a way faster third base. You also have better production, but the downsides are of course that it's very easily scouted because you don't have a stalker. And I think Chargelots are slightly worse than Adepts as well, because Adepts can be in 2 locations at once, and Chargelots, even though they're better at fighting, can only really be in 1 location at once. So Zerg gets the critical mass of roaches quicker against Chargelot openers. Now, this time we're gonna change the build up slightly so we can get that first stalker out. So slightly faster. So slightly more gas, and which also means less minerals because of that. So our timing might be less sharp, also because we're scouting of course. But we will be able to deny vision of our opponent, which is also something big. Okay. Sticking to the build order. I'm not sure what he's doing, but he's definitely having a blast. I gotta make sure that he can't steal our gas. You can do that by just keeping your probe next to the Vespine geyser. Then he can never take that gas ever again. Now, oh, look at that little probe micro. That's cute. Or a drone pulling off of the minerals to start harassing me. Hello? What is this? Now, I am not quite sure what the play is here for him, but I'm just gonna open Zealot into Stalker. Start my Twilight. I think this kind of play it's fine to do, but I think his started slightly too late, so it's kind of useless. And I wouldn't be surprised if he'll cancel it. We of course do need to kill it, in case it's like roaches or something at home. Now, the annoying thing about this is that you get a free scout with his Overlord as well, but this is costing him way more than me. Just gonna keep my probe at the tower so I can see stuff incoming. So even though you may say, hey, pulling off of gas probably was more expensive for you than it was for him to cancel, that's true. But he also loses a lot of money, which could be put into drones. So overall, this is still a lot better for me than it is for him. Now, I think I didn't mess up my wall this time. Yes, it's a complete wall, but still, you know, just gonna add one more gate here. Can add another gate here. We should have pulled out of gas completely, which I didn't. That's an error for sure. So the build is a lot less tight. Also because I had to pull probes away from minerals that otherwise would have been mining, of course. We're gonna pretend to build some workers. And a cool thing you can do is you queue up another probe and then you just click the first one and then the timer starts again. It makes it easy for you to cancel workers. And now that he's out of vision again, I don't care about faking him out. And we're gonna head over to our third base as well. And I think I'm just gonna wait for a full warp in. Can I build it? No, I need to warp in first and then I can build a Nexus after perhaps. So we got 10 of them. Now we'll already restart our probe production ever so slightly. Nothing too quick. And we go straight into the main base this time. Whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. More zealots, more zealots, more zealots. Ah, this is a better response by him this time already. Maybe I can kill the queen before he takes out my prism. No, I couldn't. Well, after there's too many roaches, which in this case there is, my task was to transition into immortals, I believe, and continue harassing as well. So we get one more prism. It was silly of me to lose it. I didn't really micro that properly at all. We can add some sentries as well. Oh, I already thought I started my first immortal, but now I rather would have not added those sentries because I'm out of gas. So he sees me move across the map with that prism, but he could still continue attacking, of course. He's gonna try to hit me with a bile. Nice try. It's good attempt, my friend. Almost got me. Now we'll get a forge. I killed one base already, which was nice, but was that enough? I don't know. I didn't kill a lot of drones, which is also always very important. Maybe. It seems difficult for me to get any damage in right now. Oh, accidentally built a stalker. That was not my goal. Now we're gonna build, or we're gonna start our +1. There's a lot of roaches. I'm kind of afraid, honestly, of moving out. But I also want to be doing stuff on the map right now. I think sitting at home is boring. I'd be a terrible person to be quarantined. Second stalker. Okay, here we go. So this is more of a distraction now. Oh, I don't want to lose it again. Now we see the complete lack of gas by him, by the way. We're out of him. So even though he has 4 bases, he's actually all-inning me. Now how do I know this? It's because... Oh wait, he's not. He just took his gases, I guess. This gas still isn't taken, so I'm still in a position where as long as I survive, I'm in a good spot. Because gas is the most important resource in PvZ by a lot. And if he doesn't take it, that's always a big tell. It means he can't tech up at all. It's the same for Terran, by the way. If they don't take 6 gas, it's difficult for them to tech up to better units and get upgrades at the same time. I'll get a forward base because I'm a very ballsy player. I'm gonna get a second prism as well. And I'm actually considering getting a dark shrine. As I haven't really seen any detection as of yet. We see some Archons that we can start now. These 3 should be able to do some damage. Or no, they won't be. We might be able to kill this. I think we will be able to kill this. Second prism is out. And we should be capable of doing some multitasking now. He has a good defensive setup. That's not bad at all. Adding a second forge. He also is good at denying map vision. My map vision is pretty poor right now. Maybe we can trigger 1 or 2 banelings. Nah, not worth the effort, I guess. No, we're just gonna continue checking and making sure that this base never goes up. And then, as long as he doesn't have a forward base, and we are on 4 bases, right? Like, there's no real need for us to do anything, I guess. Ah! So far this has been pretty good. We denied the fort base once again, did some damage with a prism. We're gonna try another run by into the natural, this time adding some DTs. Even though he has a lot of spores. Probably not the wise idea. Look at this play. 2 fake prisms. Should get his attention good. And it might allow us to get into a position where we can just fight his army. I think our army is just too big anyway. Bad position for my Archons here behind, so we'll try to get him to move through. He didn't really fall for the trap, but it doesn't matter. He doesn't have the upgrades on the roaches. Only +1. GG! We win another game with this. That will be it for today's episode of YouTube Plays StarCraft. For next week, I think I'll have a different account that should be slightly higher in MMR. That we can use, so I don't have to play on this account. Might be better. And then it will be easier for us to see where we are. But thank you very much. Let me get your name exactly right. Adam Schilperoort for the 3 IDs, 1 for each matchup. This is the format that I would like to receive the suggestions for. It's been done absolutely perfect by this man. So an exemplary citizen. Thank you very much for that. If you did enjoy this video, feel free to like, subscribe, and throw a thumbs up my way, as that helps me an absolute crap ton. And otherwise, I'll see you boys tomorrow for a new road to rank 1, where we'll be doing my own build orders. So, see you guys then. Bye bye.